Leftover chicken, no problem. We just reheat it in the gravy and make it into a delicious home-cooked meal on night 2. Mashed potatoes, fresh broccoli, the chicken's heated up in its gravy, and we're ready to eat a delicious home-cooked meal that we cooked yesterday, but reheated. Winner, winner, chicken dinner number 2. Well, what's for dinner? It's going to be some nice sliced chicken breast and some broth. Remember the broth I showed you in the roasting pan the other day with my roasting chicken video? And look at this bit of rich gold on the top we have here. That's called chicken schmaltz. It's the fat off the chicken. And if you wanted to roast some potatoes or anything in the oven, oh boy, if you put this on top, that would be golden. Talk about flavor. So I'm going to take this off the top of my broth and I'm going to keep it. And then I'm going to get the gravy part, the broth part out the bottom, and I'm going to make some gravy. And I'm going to heat the gravy all up and thicken it. And then I'm going to put some nice sliced chicken in it and heat up the chicken and gravy so I can put it on top of the mashed potatoes I'm making. Look at the gelatinous form of this broth that I made. That's bone broth, folks. That is royal golden, good old broth. It's got the celery and there's carrots in it. And I'm going to heat that up. It'll all go to liquid in a few seconds with some heat and then make a beautiful gravy, but it's bone broth. If you can see, it's going all back to liquid. And I'll strain out the onions and anything else that I don't want in there. And then I'll thicken it with a nice cornstarch slurry. I've got 4 real nice slices of chicken breast here that I'm going to put into the gravy and I'll heat up and it'll freshen it up like a brand new roast chicken dinner. Broccoli also is on the menu. So I'll cut some florets and make them little bite-sized pieces, and I'll bring you back when we're getting closer to putting the meal together. I think it'll be a very tasty meal. A lot of people like to waste the core, but if you make thin slices on it, it's just more broccoli. And I don't like to waste it because I enjoy broccoli so much. It's a very tasty veg. Now the last part's going to be hard. I'll throw that out, but then we've got a bunch of slices here, a lot more to eat, which is still valuable. Okay, let's strain out the gravy that we're going to make. See, there's just nothing but a few onions in it. Put that in a bowl. A few herbs and a few onions is all that was in it. Now we can thicken it up. Actually, I think we'll put a little bit of thickener in there right now, and then we can just put the slices of the chicken in and they'll heat up nice and gentle without having to stir it. And I add about 2 fairly rounded heaping tablespoons of cornstarch. Stir that up. We don't want any lumps. And it's just a cornstarch slurry. Turn my heat up to high, get it boiling, and just start adding it. Okay, we've got the cornstarch slurry in there, some of it, and we'll stir it and cook it. If you let it boil, then you can, it will thicken up. Stir it a little bit as you go. I added a little bit of extra salt. I'm going to add a little bit of extra pepper. And then just make sure this doesn't get too thick as it boils. And we'll make our gravy. If you can see the consistency, it's still a little bit loose, but it's thickening. So I'm going to turn it down low. I'm going to put my chicken breast slices in there. And then they're going to heat up right in the gravy, and then we'll put them on top of the mashed potatoes. And we'll turn that right, actually I think I'm going to turn it right off because I don't want it to scorch to the bottom of the pan. Looks like the broccoli's coming along nicely. We'll soon be eating a nice recooked home meal. Easy and simple. Mashed potatoes, chicken, gravy, and broccoli, and maybe a few sliced tomatoes on the side of our plate. Sounds like a good balanced meal to me. So what do you do with your leftover chicken? I like to repurpose it many different ways. Tomorrow I'm going to get a nice bone broth soup going with all the carcass and the skin, and make a nice bone broth soup. But I'm going to let the bones sit probably anywhere between 4 and 8 hours in water, and onion, celery, carrots, maybe even a couple potatoes thrown in there, and onion, and just let it sit and simmer, and let it simmer for lots of hours. And then I'll take all the carcass out, strain it. Oh, and about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar needs to go in it also. That seems to help the bones let out all the important nutrients into your broth if you put the apple cider vinegar. So I have nice mashed potatoes with celery leaves in them. I thought, well, rather than parsley, I'm going to put celery in. I like the flavor of celery better. It still gives that nice green fleck. And the chicken is all heated up nicely in the gravy. And the broccoli is just about done. We'll be eating very soon. Well, folks, we're ready to eat. We've got nice mashed potatoes, fresh chicken, and broccoli, all reheated from last night, and we're ready to eat a nice, delicious, recooked, repurposed meal. Well, that looks like a nice piece of chicken to me. Let's give a taste test to see if it's nice and fresh again. So wonderful, tasty. That'll make a nice soup tomorrow. And the potatoes and everything, the gravy, bone broth gravy really. Looks yummy. And a piece of broccoli. Winner, winner, chicken dinner number 2. The chicken that just keeps on giving. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And let me know if you repurpose and reheat your food. I try to make the most of whatever we've got. The chicken gave its life for us. We're going to make the most of every scrap. Bye. Blessings to you and your family.